Situationships, good, bad, pros, and cons. What do you do if you're soul tied to somebody?
This topic we're going to talk about is fake friends.
Those things can be avoided if you set those boundaries and stick to them.
What are key things to feeling put together as a girl?
Why are men always right? They're not. Next question.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Jaliya, and in today's video we'll be doing a girls advice video. Today I'm here with
Jasmine
and Naomi. So basically earlier today I asked my Instagram story to give me some topics / advice questions that we can talk about in this video. So basically that's what we'll be doing today, and it's 3 different perspectives, so we'll be able to give advice for different circumstances / situations. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. Okay guys, so the first question we decided to start with was situationships, good, bad, pros, and cons. We're gonna go ahead and start on this side. Ooh. Go ahead.
I don't know anything about that, but from what I hear from other people, don't do it. It's a waste of time. Unless you like stuff like that, it's a waste of time. Because it's like nothing's gonna come out of it in the long run. Don't do it.
Okay. I say that if you decide to go into a situationship, know from the jump what the intentions are. Do not go into this like without like, oh, I'm just going with the flow, because you're gonna end up hurt, or they're gonna end up hurt. One of y'all is gonna pull that I think I have feelings for you, the other person's gonna pull that, well, we were never together, or we were never talking, and then you're gonna end up broken, or then, and then you guys won't be cool, and it's a waste of a good friendship. The pros though, it is good for like temporary fun. The cons is just like in the long run, I feel like it'll just get messy. I think I'm speaking from experience a little bit. So go ahead.
I agree with what Jaliya said. I feel like me personally, I don't do situationships, but some people that's their thing, and I'm not gonna knock it for everyone, because like I said, some people like they like situationships, but like Jaliya said, don't get too emotionally invested in it. If y'all agree from the jump that it's not gonna turn to anything more, don't get too emotional in it, because once you feel like you start getting emotional in it, you just gotta cut it off. Because I promise you, either you gonna end up hurt, or they gonna end up hurt, and that's how it's just avoid that whole situation. So yeah, I would say just be careful with situationships if that's the way you decide to go. Okay, so the next question, it's not really a question, but the next topic is like about being yourself. And what I will say about this one is that in my personal opinion, I feel like people tend to find themselves more, especially when coming to college, because I think that there's someone out there for everyone. And it's like, it's very common knowledge that the first people you meet aren't going to be your friends throughout college. That's just a universal experience. But I truly do believe that there's someone out there for everyone. And that it's also very important to set boundaries as well, like, because once somebody starts pushing them boundaries and you don't say nothing, you just sit there quiet, and will keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing. And you're gonna get to a point where you're just irritated and you just don't like this person and you just feel violated, and it's just like those things can be avoided if you set those boundaries and stick to them.
So I'm trying to love to hate real quick, real quick. That was good. Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly with what she said. Setting boundaries for yourself in life in general are very important, but also make sure like you're respecting those boundaries, and don't start adjusting your boundaries for different people, because you set those boundaries for a reason. If you're gonna do that, you might as well like have not set them. Those boundaries are there for your own peace and your own just respect in general. Like, don't push those boundaries, don't let anyone push them, don't let anyone push your buttons. And I have a saying that says you only have to deal with what you allow. So if you feel like somebody's repeatedly pushing those boundaries after you have verbally told them what they are, then just dead it. Like, don't just remove yourself simply from the situation and keep pushing, because your peace is the most important thing in your life, because your peace affects all aspects of your life. So just respect those boundaries, make sure other people do, and if not, cut it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree with what they both said. I think for me, I came into college with a whole different mindset of I'm gonna be not totally different from how I was in high school, but I wanted to be more social, and I realized that wasn't for me. even now, like, all my friends are extroverted, and I really just be here. But like, that's what works for me. I like to be inside, like, I really like to be to myself, or I'm with my friends all the time. I think just finding what you like as a person too is really important, even outside of like people, but even like study spots, things you want to do when you're like having like a spa day. Like a treatment day to yourself, just like doing little things like that, like exploring around what's around you, and just like exploring yourself. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's really important.
Yeah. And I would say too, like building on what John said, like me personally, like I wouldn't say I'm a completely different person than I was in high school, but you can definitely tell the difference. Cause it's like, I found my people here, people who I'm comfortable with, people who I feel comfortable expressing myself around, people who respect my boundaries, people who don't try to peer pressure me into doing things that I know I don't want to do, and that I make clear that I don't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like being yourself is also kind of dependent on the environment that you're in.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like even if you're not in an environment where you're comfortable, you should still strive to be yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like for me, coming into college, I just wasn't as independent, especially coming from a family where I'm the youngest out of like 8 siblings. I feel like I've gone through so many different situations that have like shaped me in good and bad ways. Well, I guess it's never a bad thing about it because it's always a lesson. But I don't know, just like at the end of the day, I'm still true to my heart, still true to who I am. Like what you said, I've made it clear on things I will and won't do, and if those people are trying to peer pressure me or anything, I just have to remove myself from the situation. But yeah, like I agree with what you guys both said. It's very lovely.
Let those lessons happen.
Yes.
So
Happens.
So I'm
Learn
such-
from them.
Once you learn, don't.
Don't go back.
such a mature, like I'm much more mature because of the stuff that I went through here, like letting them happen.
Yes, yes. Always view the hardships as lessons and don't regret them. I mean, it's only natural to regret them, but do not beat yourself up over it because you learn from it.
Experience is the best teacher.
Y'all sit in. The next topic we're going to talk about is fake friends. I feel like, I said earlier, the friends that you have going into college are not going to still be your friends. I feel like for me, I've been a little lucky in terms of I'm still cool with those people, and I still like hang out with those people when I can. Like I met her first semester. I met Natalie first semester too, and look at us, we're still friends. But yeah, just finding out like those. I don't even know how to word this. For me, like I had like 3 friendship breakups first semester, like off the bat, and just like it was me learning what I like will and will not take in terms of like friendships, and like learning that you're not gonna beg for somebody that actually cares about you, and then yeah, just really like just repeating what we like said, like boundaries are so important. Because if somebody's not going to respect you as a person, not going to hear you, because some people hear you to respond, and some people hear you to listen. Find those people who hear you to listen. Yeah.
Okay, so when it comes to fake friends, I feel like I haven't really had any like friendship breakups since being here, but I have had friendships go through the rocks. Just because you guys fall out and become cool again does not mean you have to be cool with them again on the same level, because at the end of the day, y'all did fall out for a reason. And I feel like in college, it's like easy but difficult to like have friendship breakups because like you see them everywhere. Like for us, we go to OSU, it's a really big campus, but you still see the same people everywhere. So it's kind of like hard, like, and it's like your friends are their friends, and it's just hard. One thing I will say though is this is like a saying I abide by, I live by. If I feel like I'm walking on glass around anybody, then I know that's not somebody I should be around often, because I should be able to fully express myself without feeling like I'm going to be judged or scared that I'll be judged. And I advise that you guys kind of take the same advice, like just you should always be in environments like what you said earlier, you can always be yourself in, even if it's like an uncomfortable environment, and that goes with people as well. So yeah.
That's a really good ones actually. But with fake friendships, what do I have to say about that? One, coming into college, especially like, as a freshman or a transfer student, just like in an environment, you don't need to be telling everybody your business. And I say this because I've seen firsthand people come to school, come to college, oh, this is my girl, da da da, she knows everything about me. Now she's over here telling her business. And I don't want that to be y'all, and I would have hated it if it was me. So I would say, I'm not gonna say you need to be guarded around everyone, but just really know who you can trust with certain information. Because like some people, like when they tell your business, it's not necessarily out of malicious intent. They just talk, and that's just who they are. And it's just like they don't do it intentionally to hurt you, but that's like they just talk and they don't know how to keep their mouth closed. So I would say be very cautious of who you tell your information.
You need to keep your ear out for who's telling you somebody else's business that you barely even know. Because I promise you they'll do the same thing with you. I promise.
And then when it comes to people, friendship breakups, I personally haven't really experienced like bad ones since I came here, but it's kind of like friendships have kind of faded out with time. But if you do fall out with somebody and you do decide to forgive them, or you guys do decide to carry on with your friendship, I would say don't let them in as closely as you did before, especially like not right off the bat. Now I will say that depends on the situation, like what went down. Everyone says forgive and forget, but I don't really believe in that statement. Like I do believe in forgiving, but like the forgetting aspect allows them to come back into your life and gives them that same space to hurt you in the same way that they did before. And so I personally don't believe in that aspect of it, but yeah, I would just say just be very careful.
I feel like going off of that, let those friendships fade, like if they really need to. Because there are some like, I feel like I'm the type of person where I hold my friendships to my chest. Like I keep them real close to me. So I used to struggle with letting friendships fade, but it's honestly so needed for yourself to grow and for the other person to grow. And it kind of shows you when you let those friendships fade how they are as a person too, and how you are, and how you handle those situations. Yeah, if you don't think it's needed, it's not for you.
Yeah, I agree with what they both said. Guys spoke beautifully about it.
Just because someone has been your friend for a long time, and I personally have been in this situation, just because someone has been your friend for a long time, people still go out of those kind of friendships. And I feel like you shouldn't let the time you spent together kind of hold you back in a sense, especially if you've come to realize that you guys aren't good for each other and the friendship isn't working. I wouldn't try and force it just because you've been friends for a long time. I would say, let it go. Like, y'all can still be cool. I'm kind of good at especially if they have negative things on you, which is very hard to do. Very easy to be the battle about. Like, oh, that's my friend. But yeah, they're the reason why you have this bad habit, that bad habit, that habit. So I would just try to figure out where those things.
And I'll also say, we're at the point in life where you're not the same person you guys were when y'all met. So don't be thinking but we've been best friends since this age. Mm-hmm. That best friend might not be the same person you know now. So keep that in mind when you're trying to decide if you want to let go or hang on to something that you're going to give. But that's all I have to say. Yeah. Next topic. Okay guys, so the next question I'll be answering is getting over exes / ways to heal from a breakup. And as you guys know, I was in a relationship that I'm no longer in, so I feel like pretty fresh advice on this. The number one thing for me was to out of sight, out of mind. I muted his stories on everything. I was not texting him, but I eventually did decide to just remove him off my social media completely. And you're also gonna have to change up your environment and your habits. And what I mean by that is if you were always going to this place or doing this together with that person, then I hate to say it, but I suggest at least when the breakup first happens to pick up new hobbies or something. And honestly, time is gonna heal all. I hate to say it, I don't want that to sound corny, but time literally helped me so much. I remember being in my room, bawling my eyes out, just wondering if I'd ever just stop being upset over this breakup. And I mean, I talked to God, He helped me through it, and time healed. Yeah, time helped as well. And just being around people who love you, be around friends, be around family. I promise you, don't think you have to go through it alone, because there are people who have your back and they're gonna let you know that. I feel like I was like MIA towards the end of my relationship and I say that because we'll see my friends out in public, Jasmine, for example, Jaliya, I feel like I haven't seen you in a minute. But I mean, when I got out that relationship, they welcomed me back with open arms. They didn't like hold my absence to me in any way, shape, or form. Like, that's what I'm saying. Just change your environment, be around people who love you, and just, time and God.
I agree with all those things. I kind of want to touch on what you said about like picking up new habits. I promise you, like picking up a new habit is gonna take your mind off so much. Whether it's painting, working out, crocheting, something to like take your focus away from what you're going through. Because I promise you, like if you're just sitting there wallowing in your feelings, you're gonna be sad for a long time. And that healing process is gonna take so much longer than it should have. So I would say, find something to take your mind off of. Even if it's like going to do work outside, or just going to study with some friends, just something to where you're not by yourself and you're not just like thinking, mind going a million miles per hour. I would also say that I don't know, not all relationships are gonna end up on good terms, but I would say like, don't try to stay mad at a person for too long. And I know it's very hard to forgive someone who hurt you, but I would just say, I would rather you forget about it than hold this like malicious intent in your heart, because that also is gonna stop you from healing as well.
Going off of that, I feel like for me, none of mine have like ended in a bad way, but I feel like that also is like a con, because it's kind of harder to like separate yourself from that person, especially if you became like, you were friends first or something like that. And for me, like my like friend group is still friends with him. There's no like, we're cool, but it's just like I kind of got lucky in the sense of I came to college once that ended, so it was easier for me to be in a new environment, and that I was like, I don't mind it. Yeah, I like echo what you guys said. Really just surround yourself with people, listen to people. I feel like sometimes people are like, oh, don't listen to all the advice your friends give you, but if something like that your friends tell you stick and you think about it, honestly, like put that towards like that situation, if that makes sense. Because it's like, I'm sorry.
I know, I'm sorry, like my phone is, I'm trying not to grab it, but
just, kind of like just outside, I don't know, like find people. Don't be afraid to let other people in as well. I feel like that was something I was really like scared to do, is let other people in because of like a past experience. Like I said, have those experiences and things like that. Kind of like why you're here, because I feel like that's like one thing people always say is like, you experience everything in college. You do. And I feel like some of those experiences are so important, and don't let somebody from your past hinder you from whatever's happening in your future. Yeah.
Beautifully said, Jasmine. Beautifully said.
I struggle with that a little bit.
No, you did good. Have anything else to say?
What are we talking about?
There's like another question that I want to add on here. I've never experienced that myself, but basically, like, what do you do if you're so tied to somebody?
I don't know what that feels like, but I do know that.
I feel like you could be more like attached.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
sometimes a little
like
out of my range.
Yeah.
Never experienced that one before, but
Well, personally, I feel like everybody who ever talks to me is so tied to me. So let me hit them up and ask them. I'm just kidding.
I'm just gotta pray about it.
Honestly, if y'all don't know what soul ties is, it's literally it's just a very strong connection to a person. Whether that's, what did it say earlier? I think it was like friendship-wise, romantic-wise, platonically. But it's just a strong attachment to them, like very strong though. Like you might think you like love somebody, but once you're like soul tied, like you feel like, oh dang, like it's like, I think heavy infatuation probably. But I don't know, I ain't never had that, so just, what'd you say? Pray about it. I said time.
That's a spiritual
Just
thing.
saying.
Right.
Get away.
Get away.
Because
Yes.
hinders so much of your time and your growth as a person if you are stuck on that same person for a long amount of time. Even if you get away from that person temporarily, you're gonna find your way back. And I feel like stop it when you can.
Yeah.
Don't be like, oh, but maybe they change. They never change. That is so serious. They never change.
They don't.
Just remember the reason y'all broke up to begin with.
Yeah.
And just
Ooh, but baby, if it was a mutual decision, and those
they
are
get
the worst
together. Just tell them to get that right.
amicably? Oh, but no, yeah, definitely separation. Block. I'm so, like, if you may feel like that's a little extreme, that's okay. But like, block. Even go as far as trying to avoid the places that you saw them regularly. Like, I feel like if you really truly feel like you're so tied to someone. Where you see them, oh, baby, that spin back is inevitable. So,
Seriously. I said you're not trying to replace that feeling.
No.
Because it ain't going to work.
No drugs, no alcohol, no sex, nothing.
You're going to be looking for somebody that doesn't exist.
Try to build positive habits in place of those things.
Yeah. Anything else to say? You guys said it beautifully. All right.
The next question here says, why are men always right? They're not. Next question. They're not. Okay. So, how to avoid distractions? That's one even higher.
I'm the most distracted person ever.
I feel like it comes down to discipline, which is very hard. Cause I feel like, especially coming from high school to college, that transition is like, you gotta be on your P's and Q's straight out the gate. Cause it's so very hard to get caught up in like this newfound freedom that you have and not having that authoritative figure over you constantly, especially like if you live on campus. So I would say try to build positive habits and try to get into a routine early on. And if you're already in college or have been for a while, I would say try to start building those routines now. And how to like actually avoid those distractions. I feel like that also kind of comes into boundary setting. Like I know, especially with like partying and stuff. Like if you know that you got this assignment you got to do or this test you got to study for, and they come along time, oh, let's go out. And you're looking at them like, whoa, I don't know. You better stay inside and finish that work, okay? Finish that work. Because it's like you have to be very disciplined, set boundaries. Yeah, even social media, I feel like is a really, really, really big distraction. Even like for me, when I first got to college, I'd sit down to study. I studied for like 10 minutes, and all of a sudden I've been on TikTok for 2 hours, and I'm just like, yeah. So I would take social media breaks if you don't want to delete social media as a whole, which I know I personally want to. Take social media breaks, or if you know that you're trying to sit down and do work. I personally I have to either toss my phone to the side so I don't try to pick it up, or like this is really random, but sometimes I like record time lapses on my phone, so like I don't have the urge to go like pick it up, so I start texting people. I'm like, can't I set time lapse?
That's good.
So yeah, just little things like that. No, it actually really works. Like I was in the library the other day and I was locked in for 2 hours, did not touch my phone. There it is. I didn't want to set my time lapse. Yes.
That's good. Shit, I can't beat that. No, like honestly, like I feel like we all have distractions to this day that we're still dealing with. I feel like for me it's just important to remember what this distraction is distracting you from, and just like try and keep that on the front of your mind. What I do, because I don't want to delete social media, but there are days where I will just log out of social media. You could also do that and just cut off your notifications, or that's if that is your distraction. But when it comes to like that guy or that girl or just whoever else who's distracting you, I really she said, I don't know y'all, because I still have my own. Just good luck, Charlie. Go ahead. Go ahead, Jasmine.
No, that's real. I'm like the worst when it comes to like having a routine in terms of like schoolwork and like distractions and stuff. Because a lot of my like work is just writing. Like if you ask anybody, I'm literally just typing my life away. And it's just like, for me, I'm always touching my phone, but I also hate studying by myself. and I love studying with a group of people, but then like that gets you distracted. So I just like finding those things that work for you, especially in terms of like studying. I work in groups of people, but work with specific people when you really gotta lock in, because there are some of my friends, I study with them like every single day. You don't think work be getting done? No. But like, once it's time to lock in, like I can lock in, I just can't have a hard time. I'm just a girl, I don't know. But yeah, like I love to study outside. I can really lock in when it's like warm outside. Once it starts getting around this time of year, that's when my like focus is like really like off. But I love studying outside by myself. I hate the library, or like in these little study rooms that they have in like dorms or random buildings. Fire. Or I love like natural lighting. I can only do work like grind out in natural lighting, or I will not. Either on my bed or somewhere else. Yeah,
That's real.
I have no good study habits, so y'all asking the wrong person.
With study habits, take breaks.
Yes.
If you want to study for like 45 minutes on, 15 off, your brain needs a break because it can only take in so much information at a time. So I would definitely say study breaks. And then what works for you ain't gonna work for someone else. What works for someone else ain't gonna work for you. Like you said, you gotta study with somebody else. If I try to study with somebody else, ain't no work getting done. Ain't no work getting done, man. So yeah, me personally, I like to study by myself, but so long as I don't have my phone on me and I like, I should be straight. But yeah, definitely figure out what works for you, figure out what study habits to do. And this isn't like, we're kind of veering off like distractions, but I also want to add this in there. Don't be afraid to ask for help, especially when it comes to academics. Like, I know me personally, like, I never asked for help when it came to academics. It was either I knew it or I didn't. And if I didn't, I just had to figure it out. Office hours, tutors, people who've taken the class already, like, just emails, like, find help if you need it. And if you don't need it, that's good for you. I would just say definitely don't be afraid to ask for help, even if it's like within your personal life. I know our school, like they have like student counselors and like psychiatrists, like people you can talk to. And I don't know if they have that at every school, they have it in most. So yeah.
I use our like student like health center and stuff like that. Love it down. Cause I feel like once I get into my like routine and like I'll be cool. I feel like for me personally too, with like being around people, it makes me more accountable on me doing my work. Especially like if I'm by myself, I'm in a very crowded place. Like the union, I hate studying in the union, but I know I'm doing my work in the union because people are looking at my laptop and they're like, oh, she's not locked in, like why is she here? That's how I like. I feel like that sounds really like unhealthy and stupid, but it works. People are looking at me like,
yeah, I get that though. Mm-hmm. You got them headphones on, hey, you feel like that nigga. Yeah. This is kind of just like a little study habit. We low-key are veering off. It don't matter. It's a podcast though. It's a podcast. Like it's hard to push. Like I can say for me personally, I can't study in my dorm, especially after I eat, because I'm looking at bed, taking out, and that's all I got for y'all.
After you eat, that bed looking too good.
Once it's like midnight for some reason, I can grind out on my bed. Yeah, I don't know why, but like, because all my assignments are writing based, like, so I don't get a lot of quizzes, which honestly works well for me. But also, yeah, in terms of that, I feel like this is also veering off, but I feel like it goes with like academics.
It's our radio. We can say whatever we want.
I feel like college challenges you to like make yourself learn like in different types of ways. So like for me, I realized like I avoid like test classes, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So there's like a lot of quizzes and things like that. I really was like, oh, I know that's not gonna work for me because I have test anxiety. So I really just like, I know it doesn't work for me. And luckily with my major and both of my minors, it's all writing and like presentations and stuff. Just eat, like again, like ask for help because it's so difficult. I'm a visual learner. Math and me, we do not go together.
I agree with what they both said wholeheartedly. Yeah. You guys have anything else? But my lashes are falling down.
You said what? I never went out with one. Hey.
Okay. Yes. Okay, the next question we have is, Jaliya, why are me and you meant to be together? You know, if it's God's plan, then that's why, okay? Next question, spending money, aka budgeting. I think for me, what helped me overall with money is to open a savings account, because once I see my money in the savings account building up, I'm not gonna wanna take money out of it. When you're saving, or if you're just trying to not spend on junk, don't forget to treat yourself every now and then. I feel like we live in a generation where our parents are always telling us to stop spending money on junk. I get it, we have TikTok shop, we use that a lot, I get that. But don't think that you can't ever treat yourself. Just buy yourself something like flowers or food or whatever. But yeah, treat yourself and open a savings account. That's my advice.
I would say definitely budgeting. Budgeting is a big thing, and I honestly underestimated the effects of budgeting my freshman year. Especially if you don't have a job and you're living off money you already have, or you get money from your parents. Definitely figure out you need to separate things that are necessities and things that are pleasures.
Okay, keep talking. I'm gonna see. Okay.
So yeah, definitely differentiate between the things that you need and the things that are just pleasures, like going to the bar and buying drinks.
If you're
21, obviously I don't do that if I'm 21. But if you were to do that, that's not a necessity. And I hope that you don't feel like that. But maybe if you want to buy food, I know some people have dining plans and you get tired of campus food, you could put that into your budget for the week. Okay, I'm gonna treat myself to this. Or if you can get your nails done, if you want to get your hair done, your lashes done, budget out those things. What I would also say is, now having a job isn't mandatory, but especially the deeper you get into college, I would definitely try to have some sort of income. It's not your parents, but that depends person to person and their ability and stuff. But yeah.
I'm really bad at budgeting, I'm not gonna lie. Because I'm a retail therapy type of person. I love to buy stuff for myself. But I know how to spend my money in a smart way, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's always not something that I need. It's just a very unfortunate time, you know. And luckily, I have a job that I had gotten straight out of high school. So I have that plus my parents. But I'm involved in a lot of stuff, and sometimes that will take money, or hang out with your friends, that takes money. But use your savings account. Because I'm about to start using that thing a lot. Especially Christmas is coming up. You might want to buy a cute little sweater, and now you don't got no money. But yeah, especially right now, some colleges will take kids off of campus after their freshman year. Luckily here, it's once you're a sophomore, you get to stay in the dorms for one last time, then you have to go on. So honestly, what really got me back into saving my money is we have to spend money on leaves, on rent, stuff like that. That can take me out. We had that payment. I watched that money come out.
And we got another one in January.
When are you making payments on it?
Well, it's the one we just had to pay was the 24?
Yeah.
24
down payment?
Yeah. It is a 5-bedroom house though.
Yeah. And
it's
then,
nice.
We actually do the last month's rent. It's
to make sure we don't try and move out before then, because if that's the case, we're not getting it.
But yeah, that really took me out. So I watched that money come out of my account. I said, man, I gotta lock in. And because I'm luckily I'm in a space where my parents will go half on me with a lot of stuff, or they'll pay for stuff. But even for me, I want to get another source of income other than my job that I already have, just to have some extra money on the side to the stuff that I know I want to do later on. Yeah.
Oh, that was all right here? Okay.
So the last question is, what are key things to feeling put together as a girl? For me, I just like, my schedule allows me to have more like open days. So I only have classes 2 days a week. So I use will block out certain time frame in my days, like especially my open ones, where I'm just literally doing nothing. I either be asleep or like giving that time to like watch a show, do like a self-care day where I'm like doing a face mask and doing this and doing that for them. I think that like really helps me. I used to do this last year and I don't do it as much now. I probably shouldn't. But like I used to go to cafes and stuff just to do work and just to feel like, oh, I'm kind of being productive and like changing your environment. Just doing cute little things like that. Just like going to cafes, like go get like a lunch or something. Or just like window shopping. Especially like where we're located, really close to downtown. So I love doing a little walk downtown. Just feel like a girl. I don't know.
I'm just thinking. Okay. I feel like it's important to have some sort of planner that'll like just make you feel like overall put together in like life, just organization, maintenance days / weeks, even like just having girl days or doing things like this, like honestly. And also treating yourself. I'm a big advocate for treating yourself. Buy yourself flowers. That'll help.
Yeah, definitely what they said about taking care of yourself, maintenance routines, like even if it's as small as like having a nightly skincare routine, bedtime routine, making sure you wake up and like make your bed in the morning. I feel like on days when I wake up and make my bed, I'm like, okay, I'm ready for the day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just have a routine, take care of yourself. I don't know, it's very easy to get overwhelmed with like academics and other external factors. Make sure you keep your body right, keep your mind right. Make sure you're all together. Make sure you're feeling okay. If it's too much, it's okay to take a step back. But yeah, definitely like take care of your body, take care of your mind.
I agree. Definitely take care of yourself.
What works for me too is like I'm really bad at like making my bed in the morning, but I always be when I have like days where I have classes, so I have to wake up earlier and stuff like that. I always put a fit on because it makes me feel like I'm like feel good, come on, look good, feel good. I stand like that. I like that's what kind of like gets me out of bed. It's like, ooh, what am I gonna put on today? That's also the thing where retail therapy is not a good thing, but it is one of those things that I feel like brings me joy as a person. Because it like will help me on days where I don't want to get out of bed or I don't have the energy to do things. It's like, go and get cute, throw on a little mascara, some lip gloss, and you could. Yeah.
I wish I had more to say, you guys. I really wish I did, but I don't.
That's really
Okay guys, so we are now done with this video. We went through all the topics and questions that you guys asked. I feel like it was fun. It was very insightful. I feel like not only were you guys like able to learn from us, but we were able to learn from each other. Like the time-lapse thing, definitely using that. Definitely gonna use that. Yeah, I don't know. It also allowed for like better understanding of each other, I feel like too. So that's really nice. Yeah, also y'all, this turned into a series, by the way, like a little podcast series, whatever you want to call it. I'll be probably bringing on different people. You'll probably see them again though, I'm not gonna lie. But I'll be bringing on different people and having more like sit down discussions with them. I did do a mukbang back in the summer, and it was like a college advice video, I think. So this is kind of like the same genre. By the way, go watch that. And I'll probably already plug their like accounts. But I'll let them plug them, like your Instagram.
Instagram's Jasmine Allison. My YouTube's not ready yet, y'all. But my YouTube is Jasmine Allison.
My Instagram is Naomi.Ogobor3. My last name's spelled OGBEBOR3. And then
I'm gonna put pictures of their phone.
Okay. And then a YouTube is loading. It's been loading for a minute. It's gonna keep loading for a minute. But it's loading.
It's loading.
But yeah, thank you for having us.
Of course.
This was so very fun.
that you guys are actually so into it too. Like you can tell.
It's like, listen, I love giving advice. Like, if you can do things better than how I do them, I will help you do that. Absolutely.
I had a really nice laughing. Okay. No, yeah, I definitely had a really nice time. This was fun, especially because it's low-key like exams and project week, so this is a good little stress relief. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for coming. Any last thing you guys want to say, go ahead.
Tune in for the next episode of the series.
Make sure y'all follow and subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
No, my views are there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Number one, so go support. Okay, but bye.